Hello and welcome to HashTag on CIB24. I'm Malika Villegas, and today I'm asking the question, what has the internet done for you lately? In this day and age, the internet is everything. Most of us spend the majority of our days scrolling, trolling, searching, researching, mapping, playing, blogging, and learning online. We're generally up to speed with current events, fashion scores, traffic, and frankly, even on things we don't really want to know about. The possibilities are actually endless. So again, I pose the question, what has the internet done for you lately? Lately, I've had a couple of friends tell me that they've been able to successfully give up smoking by using social media. How? Well, of course, I Googled it and found this story to be pretty reoccurring. On Mashable, writer Brian Korber published an article stating all the ways in which he used the web to curb his addiction. So first off, he did what any savvy web user does and researched. He went on Reddit and stumbled upon an online support group in the subreddit Stop Smoking. Now, for those of you who don't use Reddit, you should use Reddit. Here, watch this really quickly.
This method is shockingly good at sorting stuff, be it international politics or pictures of computer setups. Of course, when a website covers the whole of human endeavor, things get weird, like subreddits for only photos of birds, with arms, or only photos of Hitler, with socks. And then there are always the other kinds of photos that humans like to look at, and sometimes collections of horrifying things that cannot be unseen. So yeah, this has taken a turn for the worse, but remember, Reddit can be weird not because Reddit is weird, but because humans are weird.
See? You should use Reddit. Okay, back to Brian Korber. So, Brian went on Stop Smoking subreddit and found it to be a place filled with stories and advice. A yellow badge also appeared next to the username with a number signifying the number of days each user had quit. With all that research, Korber decided to try out a couple apps. There are apps like Quit It that tracks all your progress and motivates your success. You simply plug in the amount of cigarettes you smoke, cost per pack, and the time you quit smoking. The app then calculates and determines your information based on specifics. So you can clearly see things like just how much money you're saving per pack, or even better incentive things like tar per cigarette, and your risk of coronary disease or lung cancer. Other apps like Quit use games, while apps like Live Strong use community and motivational information. The next thing he tried was a technique I've heard work firsthand. He let the world know. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, once you put it out on social media, you're accountable to a whole lot more people than just yourself. Actually, a friend of mine recently put up an encouraging status update about the day her husband quit. But at the end of the day, you got the internet to work for you. The internet has become amazing for finding people. High school reunions, veterans, old neighbors, just an amazing ability to connect. No pun intended. But check out this story of these two whose lives just recently changed thanks to Facebook. Amazing, right? Start searching. Just kidding.
The women learned they were both born in South Korea. Their conversation soon moved away from the keyboard into the world of Skype video calls. They decided to meet face-to-face in London. Their in-person meetings then continued in Los Angeles and Manhattan. As the bond grew stronger, so did their suspicions that they were indeed twins who were separated at birth. A DNA test was performed to confirm what the ladies knew all along. They'd been placed into different foster care agencies and adopted by separate families. Futterman is currently working on a documentary about their heartwarming tale and reunion.
Well, the internet can be great for helping people diagnose or discover signs or symptoms of diseases. And in the same breath, help people cope with or come to terms with their ailments, thanks to studies, articles, blogs, and community forums. In the same way, the internet helps millions of students and scholars by the minute. But they aren't the only ones being educated. Have you ever thought of all the things you now know about or now know how to do thanks to the internet? It could be as simple as how to make a soft bun in your hair, to changing a flat tire, to something as complex as rewiring hardware in the vacuum cleaner. There are TED Talk videos on things like how to learn a new language in 6 months, or even a video on learning to learn. Or you might stumble across this guy who will explain it all.
This was just most out of interest in doing something cool. And this is kind of how the internet works. And this is that great big secret. Because the internet provides this level playing field. Your link is just as good as your link, which is just as good as my link. As long as we have a browser, anyone can get to any website, no matter how big a budget you have. That is, as long as we can keep net neutrality in place. The other important thing is that it costs nothing to get that content online now. There are so many great publishing tools that are available. It only takes a few minutes of your time to actually produce something, and the cost of iteration is so cheap that you might as well give it a go. And if you do, be genuine about it. Be honest. Be upfront. And one of the great lessons that Greenpeace actually learned was that it's okay to lose control. It's okay to take yourself a little less seriously, given that even though it's a very serious cause, you could ultimately achieve your final goal.
Well, there you go. This guy is really getting the internet to work for him while he works for it. So use it. Go beyond downloading Fun Run and QuizUp. Get the internet to work for you. Thanks for watching. That's it for this week's episode of HashTag on CIB24.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. I'm Malika Villegas. I'll see you next time.